What's up, people? Semi-mong back here again, and today we're going through best turret spots for Torbjorn while defending on Hanamura, I believe it is. I believe it's pronounced. I can't really pronounce map names right. And before we get into this, I'd just like to mention that I like to play Torbjorn as where I defend my turret. So I see 50-50 on a split of Torbjorn plays, and I suggest that when you place down your turret, although it may hold down an area, it can be quite easy for, say, a Pharah or a Reaper to close in and actually take it out. Whereas if you're with your turret and defending your turret, as your turret attacks a target, if you're attacking it too, obviously they're going to die a lot quicker because they've got your turret attacking them and you, and it will be a lot harder for them to take out your turret. And it's easier to defend your turret and repair your turret than just to put your turret down, let it be, do its thing, and then end up dying potentially. So yeah, we're just going to jump straight into this with the first turret spot that I particularly like to use when pushing forward or at the start of the map. It doesn't last that long, to be honest, but it does hold down this doorway quite easily, and that's just placing your turret here. And if you place it here, it's got the cover from this area, so you can stay around this area and protect it from the back, but it can't be shot directly when they're coming around this corner, the enemy team that is. So they'll come around this corner, they can't particularly see the turret, it's not that obvious, but then the minute they get to this door, say Reinhardt's pushing, bam, your turret will start attacking. Now, they're going to obviously come up from behind, try and take it out, but that's where you're here defending it. But as I said, it won't last long. Sooner or later, they will get behind it because, to be honest, it is quite an open area. I'm not going to lie, it's quite open. They can easily shoot it from that platform or just shoot some rockets down through this, like, alleyway. But for a starting position and just to hold them off and push them back for the first minute or two from this door, it really does help out. And we're going to move directly on to the second turret position. No cuts here, okay? No cuts. And that is actually behind this rock. So if you place this turret here, not only, I believe it can turn around and cover this area, this doorway. I'm not too sure on the actual rotation of the turret, but I like to place it here so if any enemies push through the door after they've, say, taken out my turret from behind the van, they're obviously not going to be able to attack the turret until they get past the rock. Once again, they're going to have to fully turn to actually be able to see it and engage with it, and at that point it's already shooting at them, it's done mad damage, but it also covers that window up there. So if you get any Genjis, Widowmakers, Hanzo, any sort of character can just get up onto a ledge and start raining down hell on your team, we've got you covered pretty much. Because it also helps when people are trying to like sort of sneak in, because you'll be notified, they'll instantly start shooting up there, and then you'll think, oh, it stopped, okay, someone's on the backhand side of the map, let's go check that out. But guys, that has been the first two turret locations. Let's move on to the next couple, or 3 or 4, I don't know, depending on how many I decide to do this video. Yes. Moving on to a more defensive position for the turret, guys. We actually have in the back, so where the enemy starts to respawn when they take this zone, and on the staircase, okay? Now, you could place this slightly forward. I like to place it on the staircase because if anyone does try and sneak up from behind here, and they are small characters, say Tracer, Genji, Torbjorn, like myself, when they're coming up, the turret has just got that little bit more extra defense because its base is not showing, and obviously the turret is just going to be automatically firing on them. But it also covers this door here, the sort of far left hand side, and of course if anyone tries to come in and sneak around, they're gonna be shot as well. But it could work out both ways. You can put it on this side to aim at that door. The only reason I don't really like this side is because it's a lot easier to be snuck up on from this side and easily taken out. But that's the really first sort of main defending areas for this zone. So there, let's move on to the next defensive objective. Moving on, guys, I actually thought, okay, there's games where they've only captured the zone, say, within the last 30 seconds, and it only allows them a couple of minutes to actually capture the next defensive objective or the next zone. And in times like this, you want to try and hold them back as much as you can. So in games when you do get this, placing a turret once again behind the rock like you have on the first area means they can't shoot it as they're coming through the doorway, and it just covers this doorway and this alleyway. So if they're not pushing to the right hand side, decide to actually come through the middle, bam, they're going to get shot. Anyone that comes directly through through the middle is going to be shot, but it's mainly for those games where they do only have a couple of minutes to just push forward and capture the zone. If you put it here, it's a good distraction. It's going to stop them from trying to push forward quite as fast or quite as hard, although it is open from the behind. I was about to say back and behind, a mixture of behind. It is open from behind, so that is something you do have to watch out for. But another sort of interesting spot, once again, you could put it behind this rock, locking down this area and that window. The open behind is just, it's too much. Like, at least on this area, they can only come up from behind and potentially attack it from the bridge, or go all the way around and attack it from the staircase. Whereas if you're behind this rock, they've got that window, this little ledge, that staircase, this alleyway. But another area I do like to place it in is here. Okay, so if they're coming forward, this just covers the health pack pretty much. So if there's an enemy that's really low health, haven't got any team healing, coming from the last zone, they're going to aim for the health pack, bam, quickly take them out. And then obviously it's going to be attacking targets from behind as they come around this corner. The only real downside to that is the ledge up here, but then you're relying on characters that have, say, wall climbing abilities or like Junkrat to be able to actually get up there and be able to rain damage down from above. And it also covers that window, to be fair. So actually placing it here, just like you could place it close to it being in, oh, like there, like I'm in the bush. I'm physically in the bush. If the game's really fast-paced in action, it's going to take a good 5-10 seconds to pick up on where you're being shot from. Although you're going to see the bullets, it's a little bit more hidden than it is being out and open in front of the bush. So that's something to pick up on as well. I usually put it in front of the bush. I didn't know you could actually place it directly in the bush. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to have to try that out for sure. But yeah, guys, let's move on to the final zone, the last inside area. Now, I think it's safe to say that a lot of Torbjorns can put turrets up on this left-hand side ledge if you're defending, to rain down fire into the defensive zone, cover that doorway, that window, this window. What I'd suggest you do is, one, if you can get up onto this ledge, either a Junkrat's, what is it, Sonic Mine, is it Sonic, Concussion Grenade, that's it, not Sonic Mine, Concussion Grenade, or a maze wall if it's tall enough. If by any means you can get up onto that ledge, get up onto that ledge. They'll least expect that, because obviously a Torbjorn, you can't usually get up onto that ledge. But if you're going to place your turret up onto this left hand side ledge, either do it so it's covering this doorway rather than actually firing down, because firing down, as you can see, you've got multiple areas that you can just be shot from, and the turret can be taken out quite easily, especially if there's multiple targets attacking it at once. If you are going to place it anywhere, potentially place it here, so obviously it's not directly in the sight of that window or this window or that doorway. But I would suggest actually just allowing it to cover this door and stop anyone trying to flank round. And then you've either got either you've got this side covered or someone else has got this side covered. My speaking is really bad. And then obviously that forces them to push down in the middle. It sort of funnels them if they've got both sides covered, thinking, we can't get down that side. But another sneaky position, and what probably a lot of people won't be thinking about, is right here. So it covers this area. So if you're coming down the stairs, you're going to see it if you're coming down the right hand side, and you're going to get attacked straight away. If you're on the left hand side as an enemy, you're not going to see it, you're going to come out, bam, you're going to get attacked straight away as well. But it also just covers this nice little corner of the zone, especially for very tall targets. So like targets like Reinhardt, Roadhog, the tanks of the group, which I think it's just useful to have a flank position covered and at least part of the zone covered, especially if you get, say, Genji or Tracer coming up the stair trying to take out trying to take out a Hanzo or a Widowmaker or anyone in the back of Bastion or a Torbjorn like yourself with their ultimate. You've got that covered as well. So it's a pretty multitasking spot in my eyes. Yes, multitasking is the perfect word to describe it. Moving on to the last two spots, guys, we actually have the two pillars of the defending zone. Now, the first position I like to place it in is I'm a bit turned on this one. We have to place it right so it covers this area more, and then obviously it has to turn around to cover this back doorway, or to place it actually facing that way, facing outwards, so it covers the whole zone, but then it has to turn right and left just to cover both doorways. But as you can see, this spot is just useful because it's not going to be attacked until people are physically in the zone, and obviously that's where hopefully all your teammates are going to be defending, trying to get the most damage off, and just having your turret and you shooting in the same area up close range as well is just insane. Now you could alternate this rather than putting it on this side of the pillar. You could place it on the right hand side of the pillar if you're defending, and it'll cover this window, it'll cover that doorway, so it's just a bit of covering fire for potentially people to flank round and attack from behind. But you can do this on both sides, so you could do it from here. This side covers more of the left-hand flank. There's this doorway, that window up there, that little ledge when you to go up the stairs, and of course the main door. But the last area I did think of, I haven't used this personally. I was watching a video recently on how you could place sentry guns on actual health packs, so it eases up the stress or the requirement of you having to constantly repair it, and it will just self-heal once that health pack obviously regenerates. The only downsides to it is if you put it here, or if we put it here, not only is it wasting a health pack, say if my teammate needs it, but it's only covering one flank. But then the counter argument to that is that if it's, say, in a more vulnerable position here, it may be covering multiple flanks, but then you've got multiple areas it could be shot from. So it's all in the case of, do you want to put it where it can cover multiple flanks and you want to go up, repair it, try and keep it alive yourself, but obviously you're covering a lot more larger area? Or do you want to put it in a place where it can't really be attacked, it's got self-healing, but it's got a strong, solid defense on one flank? So I'm going to leave that down to you guys. But guys, if you've enjoyed, be sure to drop that thumbs up down below. We of course are trying to smash one like as per usual. If you want to see more turret or sniping spots, be sure to comment down below. Any specific maps, of course, tell us. And if you want to see more, I was about to say Plants vs Zombies. Literally, I was about to say Plants vs Zombies. If you want to see more Overwatch or Plants vs Zombies, we've also got Riders of Icarus coming up and No Man's Sky joining the lines on Game On. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does show some support and we appreciate it. But until next time, I'm going to jump into a public match, try and hit level 51, and yeah, just get sweaty. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.